hit the music.
And we're back. That's right, for another.
Keep rolling. Keep rolling.
I am comic book creator Tad Galusha, and the man you see laughing his ass off is the one and only, even though the beard is looking a little shallow, but the king of beards, audio podcaster extraordinaire, or I should say, what is it? Professional audio technician.
Sure. We'll go with it. We'll roll with it. Yeah. You know, and the beard may be thin, but the mustache isn't. So I kept it.
Okay.
I kept the mustache
And
thick.
this is another episode of Blue Tiger Revenge. We're here. We got the puppy in the studio, fucking causing havoc. Summer is long dead, and we were here full into fall. Yeah, so let's get after it. I'm still having a hard time adjusting this.
I know.
Video trend.
I'm trying to figure out what to do with my eyes to make sure that I'm not over here or over here.
In my hands. What do I do?
But I did get a sweet background.
It's so much better than before.
Yeah.
So much better.
I mean,
out of the man cave and into the nerd ball.
You know, Jim Lee makes everything better when it comes to art. So
sure.
And you know, hey, I got you up here. I got you right here for the Batman that you did for me, and then we got Tyga right here. So where can folks find Tyga, Tad, if they wanna?
They can't. Well, they can't actually get a physical copy.
But where can they read it?
Oh, they can read it on my my Substack. And folks, before we get going, it's gonna be we're gonna do a little throwback today. But you know what? Before we record, hey, give us click subscribe if you like this ragtag, rough and tumble atrocity that we call a podcast. Then subscribe. Let's see if we can boost some numbers, or subscribe to the Substack link.
Either way,
all the links.
Either way, we love you no matter what.
I hate the promotional aspect of all that stuff.
I do too.
You know, I mean, I see why guys have like full on, like they have people here helping out, staging everything and all that. But
you're stuck with me. Anyways. You just get me. So
hey, you're a professional.
You know what? Fine. That's right. I am. Yeah. I am. That's a good point.
Sorry, this giant dog is losing her mind.
That's what puppies do. I actually couldn't hear it, but you know, can we get her on the show for folks to meet Wanda? Yeah. Oh boy, you guys are in for a treat, Tiger. Oh my God, look at that baby. See, this is good. This is what's going to boost our numbers. Forget us talking about comics. Forget everything else. We bring the dogs on. It's game over. It's game over.
Yeah. 3.5 months.
Oh my God. She's a monster.
She's going to be so
I know. She already is big.
She's going to be so big. She's just, you know what though? She got her ass kicked by the cat today. I mean, normally she dominates, but the cat, he woke up, I don't know what he was, I don't know if he got some extra catnip or what was in his morning dry food, but dude, he just beat the shit out of her.
And you know what? They deserve it sometimes. So.
Oh yeah.
Look at that dog. Oh my God. I can't.
It's like the size of a human head.
I just want to squeeze her.
She's very squishy right now.
Yeah, me too. It's okay. It's okay, Wanda.
This isn't the this is the Blue Tiger Revenge comic book podcast.
That's right.
So we're here to talk comics. Not very much is going on, but there was a rumor you were very excited about.
Yeah,
and floating around.
And I'll be honest. I tried to find the clip of when I asked him this question at Rose City a couple years ago, but I don't have it anymore. But there is a rumor that Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb are taking over like the main Batman run.
Now, is this like a Reddit or
I saw it online. Where did I see it? I saw it on one of the like bigger comic book news websites.
Okay.
And I'm blanking the one now. It's like, oh yeah, fucking podcasters spread misinformation. Listen, I'm 99% sure that is bullshit, but I still want to talk about it because even if it's like the 1% chance that it's true, it would excite me greatly.
It's a fun.
It's a super fun talking point. I don't like Jim Lee taking over art on Batman would be fucking huge. Do I see it happening? No, because I asked him this question a couple of years ago, and when he was at Rose City Comic Con, and he basically was like, he kind of shot it down. Maybe he was just playing coy about it, right? Or maybe it wasn't in the works as of yet. But he's like, anytime I draw, that's like an additional work outside of like my day job as editor at DC or chief creative officer or whatever role he has over there.
Dude, and I will tell you, this is an industry secret. You don't get faster with age.
Yeah.
At all. You don't get faster. You just get slower. You get slower. And he's not like, I mean, I know he draws a lot, but he's not drawing every single day, I would imagine. Right?
At least not on that scale. I'm sure he does a little bit of something every day, but he's not like doing full on. Well, I mean, granted, he does line art, and then like Scott Williams and Alex Sinclair do his inks and colors as per usual. But still,
man, even like a page of pencils, like at his level, I mean, it's still looking at, especially when he was at like peak. I mean, it's still like a 6-hour day for him, especially the level of detail he's thrown in there. You know, but
I could see it like. I wouldn't see him doing an ongoing, or if he came on the ongoing, it would be for like a couple of issues, you know. But I wouldn't see it something that would continue long term. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I gotta be honest. I just don't like. Maybe he does like a few pages per issue or something. I just couldn't, especially with that kind of schedule he's got, because he goes to all the big conventions. You know, he's all over the place. He's doing all these interviews. Hey, don't do that. I'm going to
throw this out there, Jim Lee. If you're listening, Jim, if you're watching, Jim, open invitation, Blue Tiger Revenge. Come on the show. Let's talk about it. Let us know.
Yeah, look, it's and you asked that you look like a bargain basement like Kevin Smith right now. You know that, right? With the hat backwards and shit.
Yeah. God damn it.
You just need a trench. You know what? You should start wearing a trench coat.
I refuse. I
thought you were a Kevin Smith guy.
He's fine. I like old Kevin Smith stuff. I'm not a big fan of the newer stuff.
Doesn't he have a big new movie coming out that's supposed to be actually really good? I remember seeing something about it.
I don't know.
Getting some buzz.
Probably. I
it's hard to say.
I don't know. And I don't want to spread false news and rumors around here. So
that's how you open the show.
No, I said it was probably 99% bullshit. Thank you very much. Yeah. I just said on the 1% chance it's true, it would be epic. You know what I mean? Talk about sales going through the roof if something like that were to happen.
Even if he just did like one issue, like a 20-page issue, I
could see that.
Go crazy.
I could see that.
Yeah, this seems more reasonable. Mm-hmm. Or like what they did for the Ninja Turtle relaunch.
Yeah, doing an issue. Each artist does one issue. I could see something like that for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
That could be kind of
cool. It would be cool. God, what do you think? What do you think his page rate would be for doing that? Oh my God.
Oh. Well, I don't know. He might go for a lower page rate. I mean, it'd still be stupid high, like top end.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, honestly, I think like 1,000 a page.
Yeah, for just pencil too. He just does pencil. So.
Yeah. Well, see, you see, when we still had all the process and the companies weren't trying to gouge the shit out of everybody. It used to, like page rates were actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Because you could get $200-300 for pencils. Now it's
and then he'll go sell every page for $20K a pop. So
it's got to be great. It's got to be great. God, I just have to have like a lifetime of crazy work behind me, and then I can just,
it could happen. It could happen. You never know.
Sure.
Hey,
got to be positive. Got to manifest.
Listen. God damn it! Listen, as soon as Operation Blue gets out there, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, as companies are looking at being like, I mean, that looks nice. You guys are morons, but it looks nice.
Listen, that's what we were going for, so I'll allow it. Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent point. Other than that, I haven't really heard much news. I mean, I think more I know right now there's a big, there's a lot of like political stuff. Yeah. Just because political season.
Election time is almost here.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming. I think you can already.
Yeah, I got mine. States. I got my. I got my thing in the mail. So.
Yeah. But we're not here for that crap.
Mm-mm.
Not at all. Obviously, look at the walls.
Yeah, we're here for Wolverine. Walls. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, you're really wolving out back there.
Well,
surprising because you're more of a Batman guy.
I am, but I tried to for the wall. Like this X-Men one, right? I have 2 of, so I'm trying to do stuff that I don't mind sitting up like that and like getting all messed up and anything like that. So,
yeah.
And then the Adam Hughes, I was like, I got to throw that up there. The Adam Hughes sketch is epic. So
yeah. I got to get this dog out of here. She's
you know what?
Keep talking.
Okay, I will keep talking. Yeah, I got nothing, man. It's been a month. It's been a summer, man. It's been a summer.
Dude, that's not true. You just went to the movies.
Oh, that's right.
What was that?
Oh, The Wild Robot. I just saw The Wild Robot. That was really good. Which is
created by the same guy who created Lilo and Stitch. Something Sanders, I believe his name is. I have one of his books here somewhere.
Where is it?
Boom. It's right here. Chris Sanders.
Yeah.
Look at that. There you go.
Yeah.
From pitch to stitch.
The movie was
great book.
The movie was really good. Even like obviously like it looked fantastic, just like the design of the robot and the island, and then like you get to it shows you like a glimpse of the future, right? So like when it goes into like modern areas, you see like the Golden Gate Bridge underwater, right? Parts of big cities underwater. So like it takes place in the distant future.
Global warming.
I mean, yeah, we're all fucked. So
well, yeah, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna
yeah. Die. From one thing or another. But even like the story was really great, and I think my favorite part was like how accurate it was about geese being menacing little assholes. They are terrible creatures. So like, the Wild Robot, they crash like the cargo carrier, whatever plane, it crashes on this island. The robot wakes up looking for a task. All the animals attack it. And then the robot like learns the language of the animals. Okay. And then while she's trying to communicate, they knock her off of a cliff and she crash lands into a goose nest. And like kills all of everything but one little egg, and the egg turns out to be the runt of the litter, right? Who probably wouldn't have survived if it wasn't for the robot. And then you've got Pedro Pascal plays a fox. He voices the fox, who's kind of the robot's guide.
Wait, so do the animals talk?
They do because like they don't start talking, right? But then the robot computes its language, the language of the animals and how they all communicate with each other. Yeah, it's a great story about like being a parent and coming from like being an orphan too, and then like a parent trying to find purpose.
So typical,
yeah. But it was really, really well done.
Be honest. Did you cry?
Obviously, I did. There was a couple spots. Okay. Like, listen, you're talking like, what don't I cry at this point in my life when I watch something like
Darth Maul was so great? That's cool. Yeah. I forgot that was even coming out. I really wanted to see that, so I might actually go check that out later this week if I can get through.
Yeah,
deadlines.
We were gonna go see it on Friday, but Max was sick and didn't end up going, and so then we had baseball on Saturday, and then we ended up going on Sunday. So it was really fun.
So let me ask you this: trailers? Was there anything?
It was a kids movie trailers, so no, nothing good. Nothing good. Like I love trailers as much as the next guy, but I like. YouTube has ruined like trailers, you know what I mean? Like it's not because like you and I know like back in the 80s and the 90s, hell, even like the early 2000s, like
sometimes you went to the movie
for the trailer.
Yeah, because somebody'd come to school.
And they're like, I saw this trailer for the new Star Wars. I got to go to the movie.
Well, none of my friends were saying that.
They were like, they were cool. Goku.
Listen, Goku wasn't allowed in American theaters that way because this country's racist.
I know, it's true.
You know what? Speaking of Goku, you know what might end up getting Game of the Year is this new Dragon Ball game. What's
Sparkling
it called?
Zero. Sparkling Zero. It's
terrible name. I'm gonna say this right now. I hate
Dragon Ball Sparkling
Zero.
Well, let me tell you something. That game is fucking awesome. Yeah, Max has it, and I'm gonna pick it. I'm gonna get it too, so we can play it together. But it's like super hard too, and I don't know if you see. There's like a ton of like really great memes of how hard that game is. But it's really cool.
Have you never played any of the fighting Dragon Ball fighting games?
I've never been a big fighting game guy, but that game is really fun.
Yeah, this one because I had a couple of the Budokai or whatever it's however you say it. And they were great. They were straight up just the fighting, the interactions. Like it's just stupid. Like the dodging and defense. Like that was almost a skill in itself. And then they would have story modes and stuff you could play into.
Yeah, and you can play through like as Goku through the entire saga. And I think you can even go different characters and play through the entire saga too for this new game.
Yeah,
it's really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, and it sounds like they went real deep. They pulled stuff from because recently they've done some spin-off series over in Japan, like something Heroes thing. I think it's based off like a card game. So they brought in a bunch of those characters. I think it has all because in the 90s they did like 10, 12 movies.
Oh yeah.
And they brought in all those characters, which is like so you can play as like Jamba and all that kind of stuff. Like I'm not a game guy, but I was like, man.
And it looks really good too. Like the graphics in it are so good. They're so good.
Yeah, it's insane. So there's stuff.
And the new manga drops this week. So at least in America, it's already dropped in Japan. But Daima, Dragon Ball Daima, I think that's what it's called.
They're doing a manga of it.
The anime. Sorry, the anime drops this week on Netflix. So in America.
Oh, dude, I didn't realize it was coming to Netflix.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
It's a big. I'm real curious. I'm gonna actually.
I am too.
I'm real curious to see what they do, because apparently Toriyama was like very involved in it. So
this was like one of the last things that he did. Was like one of the last things he worked on.
Yeah, he did that, and then he did. I tried watching his other one that he had that came out earlier this year. Was it like Sandlords or whatever?
I haven't seen that one.
And it was all, I think it's on Prime. It's all like demons and everything. I just couldn't get into it, but he's done a lot of other things like Dragon Quest and stuff like that. And I just I don't know. I really had a hard time. Like Dr. Slump was cool, but it still never really I don't know.
Sure.
Dragon Ball was by far his like magnum opus.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, you know what we watched? It was really good. Now that we're talking about TVs.
Yeah, what do you got?
Crap. I was really surprised, and I can't believe I'm going to say it. Lisa Frankenstein, man.
What is that? I have not heard of that.
It came out, I think, the same weekend as like King Kong Godzilla, and it kind of like all the trailers made it look like it was like a rom-com 80s throwback chick flick type thing, right? And it gets so dark so fast. Yeah, it's a dark comedy where she's essentially you just got to watch it. You have to watch it. It's so weird and kind of like morbid, but it's hilarious. Yeah, it definitely had like, I want to say it was like style-wise it was like 16 Candles meets Edward Scissorhands.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Yeah. So kind of goofy and strange, but at the same time like it was well done, like really well done. I was really surprised. I was expecting to be like, okay, I'll watch this movie. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but I enjoyed every second of it.
That's great.
Really good.
You know what movie folks aren't enjoying every second of? That's like now one of the worst, the new Joker movie.
I knew you were going to bring this up.
It makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. Fuck that movie. Listen, I wasn't in on it from the first one. So watching it bomb makes me happy.
Well, I'll be honest. I never want anything to bomb. I always want stuff to be good because I just think about like, wow, what a giant waste of money. Like you just spent like $400 million.
So when Rebel Moon came out, you were hoping it wouldn't bomb.
Huh. No, I wanted it to be good. I sat down and watched the stupid film, and then when I was like, "Wow, they're making how many more?"
A lot more.
Yeah, no, because you think about it, you're like, "Wow, we'll throw away as a society." Like, okay, Joker, right? They said the budget was like $200 million, right?
And it has the biggest drop off.
That means it was really like, right, but that means the budget was really with advertising. It was like $400 million. So, well, think of like, I don't know, all the hurricane damage that's going on. You could have dumped all that money into FEMA and they would be like, really like helping some people out. Big time.
Right.
But no, it went to go make a movie that everybody's like, just like, wow, that was
as The Rock says, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Coming from the guy who makes nothing but dog shit. Yeah. Like, sorry.
It's true.
I'm sure you're a great dude. Is there some stuff coming out? I just read something. I guess him and Chris Evans got into it or something like that because they got a movie out right now.
Oh, coming out, yeah, the Christmas movie or whatever. Yeah.
Apparently, he shows up like 6-7 hours late to like every session, so everyone just waits all day on him.
Oh, well, he's filming his cheat meals. That's
also when you do that, they're literally renting site locations by the minute. So that'll blow up your budget
real quick.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. But anyways, I have no interest in seeing The Rock's new movie.
No, I think it's called Red One or something. Yeah, it looks real bad.
I mean, are we surprised?
No, I mean he's the same character in every movie he's ever been in.
Yeah, and it's all just his people and like working in
who won't say no to him. So, yeah.
Well, no, because they're all like friends and family. Yeah. A lot of them don't have a background in film or whatever. Yeah. But, anyways, God, it's so negative.
I don't know.
It's so negative.
I don't know.
Dump it on people. Come on. This is on YouTube now, man.
You're right. I apologize.
People are seeing
I apologize. I just I never saw the need or the want of these Joker movies, and I refuse to watch them. And but it's really good. If we're being positive, what's really good is that fucking Penguin show. It's ridiculously good, and I wasn't a big fan. Obviously, I went on a tirade in the Rose City episode about why I don't like the Batman movie, so I'm not going to rehash that. But the Penguin show, it's just a mobster show, which makes it it's really good. I love a good mobster show, especially on HBO. They do it right, and
it's rated R.
Yeah, it's rated R. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Definitely recommend watching.
I feel like Batman's one of the few characters that you could actually do like interesting TV shows with his characters. What does he call it?
Rogues Gallery.
His Rogues Gallery. Like you could do give me a season just called Selena, and it's just Catwoman in Gotham. Like that'd be great. Yeah. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, this is the instance where like, I have my issues with my issues with trying to make everything super grounded in a superhero like show, but this is one of the instances where it works. Because he's just a mobster.
You're one of the only You're one of the only guys I know that doesn't want Batman to be grounded.
We had a bunch of movies of it. Like now I don't want that anymore. Give me, which I'll be talking about here in a little bit, but give me this Batman, this fucking gargantuan, like that's what I want. So
yeah, you want crazy Batman.
I do.
The billionaire's dream.
Well, when I talk about absolute Batman, he's not a billionaire in this one, so he's a city employee.
Okay. Yeah, can we talk about, speaking of billionaires, did you see, like, the internet's been all buzz about it.
Did another billionaire die trying to find the Titanic? Oh, that's too bad.
No. But, so, I thought it was interesting. Elon rolled out the new Optimus, I don't know.
iRobot.
Home robots.
He ripped off the Will Smith movie from, like, 2007.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's one way you could take it. But I mean, they've been working on this tech for like
years, sure,
right? Like decades, and it was really interesting. But there was a lot of people that were like, so they had a big event and they were showing off the tech. Everything was moving really well, and the whole thing was like it's AI, it's there to learn. Yeah. But it all turned out to kind of be a hoax.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and when you were watching, because I was really, I've been kind of low key fascinated about this for the last couple of years.
Way to use the Gen Z term low key. Proud of you. Keep going.
Yeah. Hip,
okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, look at me. I'm hip. Because when you're the whole time I was watching the video from the big event, they were showcasing these droids. I was sitting there, I was going, man, the AI is like real fresh in terms of the way it was talking back and forth with people. Yeah. And there was a bunch of people online going like, man, they must have made some massive improvements, but this sounds like they're being piloted. Like there's somebody on a microphone. Oh. And that's what it turned out to be. So it was impressive that the robots could walk around, they could do stuff, but all of it was they were all being piloted. So like when they would move their arms, like to wave at somebody, it wasn't AI operating. It was somebody through the eyes of the robot, operating it. Which is still impressive, but at the same time, it's kind of like it's a little bit disingenuous.
Are you telling me? Are you telling me that a billionaire lied to try and make some money? Because I am shocked by that.
He didn't necessarily lie, but they just presented it as one thing. Now, is it still super impressive?
Sure.
Yes. Yeah. And the fact that they want to put the price point at like $30,000 out the door for these robots, which is, if you think about it, that's kind of insane for what you're buying.
Like a glorified sex bot, like $30,000. Oof.
That's where. Let's be honest, that's where it's going because humans suck. They're like, oh wow, look, an automated robot. I'm going to work it.
Yeah.
God, I can't believe we're saying things like this while being filmed. This is great.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
Yeah. Are you ready to be canceled?
Or just existing? I think life's already canceled me hard enough.
Fair.
Like, it's
That's
fine.
fair.
And I didn't even do anything. It's just been like nice to people.
Check 1, 2. Tiger milk, tiger milk. I like tiger milk. Give us some more of that, please. Tiger milk.
And we're back.
Sorry, dude, I love that dog, but my God, when she starts losing her shit, it drives me crazy.
You know, it happens. It happens, and it's weird. It's still weird. I'm still getting used to the video and the YouTube.
Yeah.
So, you know, I feel like we're starting from scratch now, even though we've been doing this since like 2018. You know, we've recorded like 200 episodes from Blue Tiger to BTR, but now I'm like, God, we're doing this. Feels like something new, which is great. It's a good thing, right? But now it's like,
yeah, right. Yeah, no, I completely agree. It does feel weird. So I'm trying to focus on the thing, and then with the dog going crazy over there, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah. No.
I'm already coming off like an asshole.
No, I don't think so. I think that, you know, that's listen. Hey, that stuff is weird. I think Tesla, all that the guy is he's a weird guy. He's a weird guy.
Oh, Elon?
Yeah.
He's strange cookie.
Strange cookie.
He really is. I mean, I know he's polarizing. Some people love him, some people hate him. But just like when you eliminate all that, all the
sure,
politics.
I'm not a fan of the guy. But yeah.
Well, I know. You've let me know. I'm indifferent. Yeah. You know, I obviously don't agree with his politics, but I think it's interesting some of the stuff he's trying to innovate as like a. I can't believe I'm saying this, industrialist, because that's pretty much what he is. Yeah,
he steals people's ideas and then uses them as his own.
Well, he buys them. He buys their ideas. But I guess it's what's crazy. And you look at history though. That's what like guys like him have always done though, right? Is like they purchase other people's ideas, you know, and you know, run with it, and they're. I mean, like, look at what's the dude from Apple that everybody was going nuts for a while there?
Oh,
what's his name? The glasses. Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Then you find out it's like, he wasn't actually making shit. He was just the dude that was telling people to make shit.
Right.
Yeah, he was the guy that walked out there. It's like, oh, where's the 200 like engineers and scientists behind you that made, you know, this a reality?
No. For sure.
But anyways, yeah, man, I feel like there's a lot of cool comics coming out right now. But I don't know.
Well,
it's been kind of quiet, like online and stuff.
I mean, I've got the kind of probably the biggest comic that's came out so far. I'm sorry, this year. Wow. It's the biggest one that's came out this year. 100%. I stand.
I don't know. Turtles might fight you for that one. How's it feel? You're two.
I know. It feels pretty good, man. Yeah, it feels
knocking it out.
It feels pretty good. It feels pretty good. Yeah, the Turtles relaunch was great. But dude, I've just been dying to talk about this, man. I want to talk about Absolute Batman. I know
you're going to review the book, but just talk about like what do they do with Batman that's such a big deal?
Well, so
because it took over the internet, like people were all doing like all their fan stuff.
Yeah.
I think as they were, let's be honest, they wanted to get into that variant cover action.
I can't blame them. Go get your bag if that's what you're trying to do. Go get it. No. So DC is building their Absolute universe, which is essentially like kind of like Marvel Ultimates, right? Kind of back in the day when they recreated like they basically started from scratch with all the characters, right? And then made some changes. Some stuff was similar, but tried to kind of update it for a modern era, right? You know, looking back now, some of it was really great, some of it not so much. But I
mean, it was like anything. Yeah. It started off amazing, and then as it kind of aged out, it got weaker and weaker. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So this they brought in Scott Snyder to write. That guy writes Batman like nobody's business, in my opinion. I mean, I think his New 52, him and Greg Capullo, their New 52 Batman run is up there among the greats of Batman stories, of Batman arcs. It's really fucking good, especially like the beginning with like the Court of Owls. All of that run was just fantastic.
I think Capullo's working on.
He's doing Wolverine right now. Yeah,
or one of the
Wolverines. Yeah, I'll be picking that up. I love his stuff. So, but they brought in Scott Snyder to kind of lead this absolute, kind of kick off the absolute universe with Absolute Batman, and they brought in also Nick Dragotta to do the art, which is fucking fantastic. The changes that they made to Batman were, well, like the big one, they made him a fucking giant. He's like 6'5", like 250 pounds, like just like they made him a bruiser essentially. Which is cool. I like it. I was really like not digging the design at first with like the giant bat symbol. I think a lot of people didn't like it at first.
Well, people just were asking like, cause he has like essentially like, calls it like
it's an axe.
Yeah, he has like this double-headed axe that he keeps on his chest. Which doesn't really make a lot of sense when you say it, because you're like,
but it fucking works. It works.
So how does it work with the handle?
Well, the handle is an attachment he has on his belt.
Oh, so he just takes the handle off, pops the thing on. Okay, that's kind of cool.
It's really cool, and like, dude, they completely changed his origin. Like, he's no longer like a billionaire. Like, his family doesn't come from generational wealth. Like, his dad was a teacher, right?
Okay.
And
so he's not a spoiled punk.
No, not at all.
Good.
Not at all. He doesn't meet Alfred until he's an adult, and the way he meets Alfred is like some sort of mercenary who's coming to Gotham.
I knew it.
Sure.
I knew it.
Yeah.
X special.
No, he's not X. He's still currently. He's still current. I think it sounds like he's a mercenary because, like, typically in Batman stories, the point that like the narrator is usually like Bruce, right? He's usually the narrator, but this one is like the full issue is all from Alfred's point of view. So he's the one who's narrating the story about coming back to Gotham, and he's like, I'm here to do bad things. And essentially, like, he has the opportunity to like stop a mass shooting, a mass murder by the animal. What is it? I think it's the Animal Kingdom is the name of the gang that's like terrorizing Gotham. But they tell,
wasn't the Animal Kingdom? Weren't they in Batman Beyond? But they were all like mutants. Or
no, you're
like
thinking
that?
of the Splicers.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And they won't let Alfred intervene to like save like Jim Gordon, who's the mayor now. He was already commissioner, and now he became the mayor. He's the mayor already, and but his organization tells him there's been a threat that's essentially there that could disrupt this. You can take him out, and they're talking about Batman, right? So it kind of pits Alfred against Batman to start in issue 1.
I like that. That makes so much more. No, we don't want to spoil because it's just but I like that concept of, and obviously they're gonna eventually probably start working together.
Well, at the end of the they don't end up like working together at the end of the issue, but like it. Okay, I'm gonna spoil it right now.
All great friends must fight.
Exactly. Well, that's a law. That's a law. It's comic book law. Yeah. But like Alfred figures out who he is, and he's like he figures it out because
Batman's dumb.
No, he's actually like the interesting thing about Bruce is that he didn't come from money, right? He his dad was a teacher. His dad was murdered at a mass shooting at a zoo when they went there on a school field trip. And that's what prompted him to become Batman.
I'm just gonna throw this up. They messed up. They had their opportunity. They fucked up. What are you doing?
Why? I'm pulling up some pages here to talk about it.
Oh,
yeah.
I just keep seeing you look down.
Yeah, I'm pulling up some pages.
You want to know how they messed up? Harambe. They could have got all Harambe with it, man. You had me at the whole zoo thing, and then they went master. It was like, no, Bruce could have fallen.
He was the child.
He was the child. They shot Harambe, and he was like, motherfuckers, you're going down. There needs to be real justice in this world.
Oh my god. But Alfred figures out who he is, and then it goes into his background, right? So Bruce kind of bounced around to his fight background. He went to college on a football scholarship, right? But he never played a game because he got hurt. And Alfred says, "Oh, I recognize this hurt because I've seen soldiers use this to fake an injury to get out of going to war." And so he fakes out of there, and then he learned every aspect of the city. So and so now he's a city engineer, right? So that's his job. He's an engineer. And so his bat cave is essentially these abandoned skyscrapers that nobody uses because he knows, what corporations actually are there versus who just have it for show.
Dude, this, I'll be honest, this makes way more sense for just him having the kind of insight into Gotham City rather than just being a rich kid. Yeah. Him being a civil engineer makes way more fucking sense.
Yeah. There's one thing that I kind of am not. So if I have to say one, I don't like talking about negatives really, even though I bag on the Joker, right? Because fuck those movies. But I'm
Mr. Positive. Let me tell you why this sucks.
No, and this is something that just I like. I think that Snyder he's a good enough writer. He's going to make this work, and I think I'll eventually end up liking it. I'm just saying this is if I have one thing that I'm not the biggest fan of, is that he grew up he was classmates with Waylon Jones, who's Killer Croc. It opens, he's in a place called Croc's Gym that Waylon is the owner of. And then he grew up with Selena Kyle, Harvey Dent.
Isn't that they've kind of done that in some of the past
Oswald Cobblepot? Yeah, I think they did it on Gotham a little bit, and I'm not a fan of that, but I it could make sense, it could work, and I think it will end up working, right?
It does give it that it does give it a level of intimacy.
Sure.
We're both from small towns, right? And there's something about I'll reconnect with people that I grew up with once in a while, even now.
Yeah.
I just recently had a guy reach out to me that I hadn't talked to in over 20 years. And we just kind of picked up where we left off.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And even though you have all this stuff that happens, you still know these people, at their core, who they are as people, even though they've gone through the waves of life. So I kind of could see it working in that. And also it makes... I know Gotham is this big metropolis.
Yeah, it's bigger than New York,
kind of Yeah, it kind of makes it though it does even New York. It's a big city, right? It's massive. Yeah. But if you grew up there, it's not that big.
Right.
It's a 3 mile island. 3 mile long island.
Right, and you've got your neighborhoods where everybody knows everybody and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it could really work. I kind of like that. It could bring a level of intimacy to especially since they're going in such a different direction. Having Bruce not know these characters and in the past, and he has to use his detective skills to figure out who's this mass murderer down in the sewers or whatever, referring to Killer Croc there. That makes more sense. But with this, I don't know. I kind of like it, man. I kind of dig it.
I think for not being a Batman guy, I think that you would dig this story. At least from.
I do like the fact that they made him some big, because that was always my big thing with. I hated that they always made Batman. He's they always wrote him to fit within whatever they needed him to do.
Yeah.
Like, you know how they would just write Superman powers? I always felt like they wrote not Superman, but Batman to be so, like, he's just great to fit the story.
Yeah.
Where with this, I kind of like that he has certain limitations. He has to rely on his physicality. From the sounds of it, he doesn't have I just bought a space station.
Right. Right. Yeah, he has to rely on that, and
it humbles him a bit as a character, which is what is always my biggest problem with him. If I'm being honest, he's kind of like Wolverine, where like, you know, it might take 6 issues for him to grow an eye back, but then someone will torch him alive and then he'll grow his entire body back in like 5 minutes. You're like, this doesn't make any sense. This is stupid.
Right. And so the interesting thing is that, you know, classic Batman, right? Thomas and Martha Wayne were murdered. But what we find out, Alfred, when he figures out who he is, he's like, I found your weakness, motherfucker. And it's that Martha is still alive. His mom is still alive, which brings a whole new Martha.
What did you say?
but it brings a whole new element to like the character, in my opinion, is that, you know, he's not truly an orphan, right? So he still has his mom, and it just brings something that that we really haven't had before. So that's a big spoiler. You know, Martha Wayne is still alive, and you know, it shows Bruce visiting her, and Alfred kind of has him in his sights, and he's like, I'm not gonna kill you because you're just a kid. Essentially, is what his reasoning. He's like, I could do it right now, but I'm not going to because you're just a kid. Because he's 24, right? He literally is a kid.
He's already a civil engineer.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's 6 years. You could do 4 years undergrad if you went in at 18, which he went under a football scholarship, and then 2 years of master's work. Yeah, okay, I'll accept it.
And then
I'll accept it.
It shows up with like, so it ends with something interesting. Like it shows we see the Joker, and so here's the interesting thing about the Joker. So here it is. I'm gonna read this to you because I think it's really cool. He's on a plane, and so this is the pilots talking, right? So, Jack Arthur, hell, I don't even know what his real name is. When you're one of the 30 richest men on the planet, you can be whoever you want, I guess. Think you'd want to be my rich, generous best friend? Don't do that. Don't joke. Why? You didn't hear? This guy never laughs, not at anything, ever. That's why they call him the Joker. So it's interesting. So he's the billionaire,
which would make more. I mean, which always made more sense to me. Because let's be honest, like, well, we've already had that discussion 1,000 times about the whole like billionaire concept of Bruce Wayne. It kind of makes the character dumb, as much as people don't like that, because it's like,
I mean, especially in the movies,
you can literally,
especially in the movies. Yeah,
you could literally just like instill a job creation program in the city, and you know, raise the socioeconomic like levels.
I mean, he does do that, but
would bring
continue
crime so far down.
He does do that, but continue. He does. He does.
How does he make all of his money? Last I checked, you know, it's kind of like Tony Stark, right? Make all that money making weapons.
Probably.
I guess if you don't have to see it, right?
That's how that goes. But yeah, I just think it was really such a like, it's hard to have a fresh take on a character that's been around for 85 years, right? It's damn near impossible to do. And
how do you reinvent the one billionaire everybody defends?
Yeah. He's the one good billionaire, right?
Unless he's beating up somebody outside your house, then you're like, oh shit. I hope I got home insurance.
Right.
I don't know if I got bad insurance. Do you think Gotham City sells bad
They have
insurance?
to, right? That was actually a big thing of Murphy's White Knight. At least the first volume of that was like, Batman was targeting poor neighborhoods where the insurance wouldn't like cover it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So people literally just like lose the building they grew up in or something. Yeah. Which would suck.
Yeah. But yeah, it's impossible, damn near impossible to like pull off a reinvention of an 85-year-old character that's got so much mythology and stories and everything like that built into it. And, Snyder and Dragata, man, they fucking knocked that shit out of the park. It was a breath of fresh air for Batman. And, I think even people who aren't Batman fans are going to really enjoy the book. Like, I challenge you to pick it up and read it and tell me what you would think. I'm really curious to see if you would.
Listen, I've only bought one Batman book in the last few years, and that was the Elmer Fudd Batman crossover by Lee Weeks. Fantastic. It was great. It was awesome. It's everything I want.
For sure. But this is
Elmer Fudd was amazing.
But this is a great fresh take on the character. Like, I mean, here's some of the artwork. It's really, really good.
Pull it back a little bit. Yeah, okay. All right. I'll check it out. I might.
You should.
The colors look good.
Or even pick it up in once the trade comes out, right? Picking up the trade.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I don't buy a lot of superhero books these days.
I know. And I don't.
It's crazy.
I
went to the comic shop the other day, and I didn't even go. They have it sectioned, right? They have one side is just Marvel DC, right? And then they have the other side that is everything else.
Gabby's is pretty similar.
And I just on a lark, I ended up passing through this, but I hadn't been through this. I hadn't actually gone through the superhero section, I realized, in like 3-4 months. Like I always just go right over, like, see what Image is putting out, see what some of the smaller like indie publishers are doing. It's so rare that I actually go over and check out, because I feel like every time I go over there, it's like, oh yeah, okay,
yeah. Well, it
still doing what they're doing.
Like, it came out last week, and there wasn't a single copy on the shelves to buy at my shop. Shout out to Gabby's Olympic Cards and Comics. There's no.
Oh,
yeah, always. I'll always shout them out, man. Always. They're the best. Right. But there wasn't a single. Yeah, it's going back to third printing right now, which is crazy. So, and then I didn't even have to ask for the Jim Lee cover. They just gave it to me. So they know me.
Do you do direct deposit to the?
I mean, I might as well.
Yeah.
So.
That's pretty cool. They pulled I didn't realize. See, Jim Lee's still doing stuff.
He's always doing covers, man. Yeah, I think he does a cover for like every DC book that comes out.
Dude,
good for him. Man.
Yeah. Well, on that note, because I feel like there's just not much to talk. There's not much else to cover.
Basically just talked about what I've been reading. So
yeah, I think I'm feeling like we should go. Is there anything else you read?
That was the big.
It's been a couple weeks.
That's really been it, man. Listen, we just finished baseball. All right, my schedule is now freed up to be able to read comics again. I'm very excited. It's just my grants just closed for my work, so I'm very excited to be able to get through, read down my stack, at least some of it, because I got quite a few things that I'm looking forward to reading.
I know you got stacks.
I do.
Not of money. Of books.
No, I don't have any money. I have books. So,
well, speaking of superheroes, let's talk about DC. I was really happy to see this last week they put out a Lobo stand.
Really?
Like a one-shot special, which you just don't get a lot of Lobo these days.
Who did that?
Well, it was DC.
Well, obviously. But, I meant artist, writer.
Right. Starks? Do you know him?
I don't.
Let's see if I can find the title page. God, so underprepared.
Yeah, that's okay.
I think I'd have my shit together. Okay, here we go. Kyle Starks was the writer, and then the artist was Kyle Hotz.
Okay.
Which his stuff is great. And then the colorist was Dan Brown. Dan Brown, he's been doing colors for a while now. His stuff's always cool. But man, they nailed it, dude. It was like classic. And then for the cover that I got was, the Biz, man.
So good.
Yeah. Huts did a cover, but I saw the Biz.
You got to get it. If you see the Biz, you got to get the Biz.
Right. Yeah. Man, they nailed the whole like vibe of like Lobo's been around for a long time, but I feel like when you had that like Griffin and you had the Bisley team, like that was like
peak.
The go-to. That was peak. Yeah, that was like the GOAT in terms of Lobo. And they really captured the energy, man. They really did a good job of like, it just felt gross. It felt funny. It felt kind of disgusting, like, which is what you want. I want it to be like, I want it to feel like I'm listening, like I'm reading a Motorhead song.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, yeah. But also funny. Yeah. And I had good action and stuff. Yeah, it was. I know it was kind of expensive because it was. Man, I swear to God, it was $7, which I feel
was it. I'm guessing it was like a oversized issue then.
It was a little oversized. Yeah, it's like, I mean, there was still I think there were some ads.
Always.
Yeah, there was a lot of ads. It was probably like 30 pages.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, I gotta be honest, that pisses me off. Comics are supposed to be. Like, obviously I'm buying it, but it's still like, man, like, come on. Like, comics are supposed to be, like, for the people that can't afford to go, like, buy all the movies and have all the streaming services, you know what I mean? Like, but then again, I guess it's guys our age that are buying these books nowadays. It's not kids, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's a whole. But anyways, man.
I buy Max he reads the Transformers. The Daniel Warren Johnson Transformers. That's his jam right now.
Okay, where did that come from?
You just said that kids aren't reading them, so I was just saying. I mean, I buy them, so.
I was like, how are we going from Lobo to Optimus Prime? Like, what's going on here, man?
I was just.
Well, I think it's time to put some hair on that kid's chest. Get him some Lobo, dude.
You know what? You're right. We were it's interesting because we were talking the other day or today actually about when Mom goes out of town, what movies we're gonna watch, because
what's on the list?
Well, he just wants to watch Arnold movies.
Oh, okay, all right, that's easy. We got Running Man.
That's on the list. That's on the list.
Sweet. I mean, he's already seen T1.
He hasn't seen T1. I'm holding the line at T1. We haven't really watched T1 yet, but
how come?
The pretty graphic sex scene.
I don't remember there being between Reese and
Sarah Connor. Connor?
Is it? I don't remember it being that graphic. I just remember it being like 80s style.
Yeah, there's some. Well, I mean, there's good nudity in it. What
do you see a bun or something? Oh, you should get see if you can find the TBS version.
But Running Man's on the list.
Running Man's
good. I want to give it a rewatch though.
What's the one where he goes to Mars?
Total Recall. It does have the 3-boobed lady, but we'll see.
He can handle
I think
that.
He can.
He's
I think
10.
he can. He's almost 10.
Now.
Yeah, he'll be 10 this week. He's basically a man. Those are the two, and then Pumping Iron. We want to watch.
Dude, that's the worst out of all of them. I'm coming all the time.
I know.
I'm coming in the gym. I'm coming at home in a woman. No, that's terrible. What are you talking about?
I know.
It shows how horrible of a person Arnold kind of is.
You know what's funny though? That kid does a solid Arnold impersonation now. It's solid for a 10-year-old doing Arnold. It's solid.
I'll have to hear it. I'll have to hear it.
I'm going to go wake him up.
Age goes out of it. No, it's fine. Because then we can't get rid of him. He won't leave. I need to hear this.
It's pretty good.
It's
pretty good.
Okay, because all right. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any good. Oh, what about Kindergarten Cop?
We've seen it. We've seen it.
Junior?
I haven't seen Junior yet.
Oh, Twins.
I need to rewatch. I need to, so a lot of these I need to rewatch because I haven't seen them in a long time. Just to like, I'm okay with some stuff, but there's others that I'm like, maybe not.
Isn't parent? I mean, I'm not a parent,
Yeah.
so I don't have to worry about it. But I find it interesting because this is always the debacle when you talk to parents. They'll be like, "No, Predator's okay." I'm like, "There's skinned bodies," and they're like, "Yeah, but there's no boobies."
Exactly. That's the line, man.
What?
That's the line. That's the line. Yeah, for sure.
It's so interesting.
For sure.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I grew up in that.
Yeah, I mean, I do.
Same time you did.
I have great memories of like, oh, probably shouldn't watch this movie. Dad's throwing it in. Let's do it. You know.
There, at no point did you think like I probably shouldn't be watching this movie, or maybe
none.
Yeah. No, we just watched it. We just watched.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't close your eyes. What are you doing? God, are you afraid? What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
What about? Well, it's Halloween season though, man. Like, I have more books there.
Oh,
but it is Halloween season. You guys gonna watch any Halloween movies?
I'm not a scary movie guy, so.
What about monster movie guy?
I like a good monster movie.
Pumpkinhead. It's garbage, but it's fun.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever a lot of these movies I've never seen. I've seen like your classic monster movies, but not like I was never like a horror slasher kid.
I never cared for the like Freddy Krueger or Jason or any of that kind. You know what though? One of the Jason movies might be kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, or maybe we'll just watch Predator again.
That's so lame. You guys always watch the same movies over and over again, man. You got to brighten
because I watch the same movies over and over again.
I know. Yeah. Don't curse your child the way you've been cursed.
I know. Listen, funny over the weekend, you know, we had our last baseball games, right? Doubleheader. And so I was like, it's our last games. I'm making a warm-up mix, you know, making a warm-up mix of music to play. I mean, you've got Survivor.
Was Max just like, I've heard every single one?
He knows the words to all of them. Survivor, you know, Burning Heart, Eye of the Tiger, Highway to the Danger Zone, Playing with the Boys, all of your classic 80s.
The shit I probably had on a mixtape in my Bronco in high school.
Yeah, and you know, none of the other kids knew the words to any of them, but I will say this: all the parents loved it. The parents loved it. The kids,
there you go.
No clue Max was the only one who knew. So,
well, yeah, Yeah, they were probably like, when are you gonna play some Jay-Z?
Yeah, I think even Jay-Z is too old now. Yeah,
I probably wouldn't even know any of the musicians now because I'm just old, man. Yeah, just old. I don't care. Machine Gun Kelly. I know it's Machine Gun Kelly.
I know who he is. I couldn't tell you a song that he did. So
same.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah, you guys should. Has he seen Alien, the first one?
No. He like, so his mom is terrified of that movie.
She's going out of town.
I truly think she would divorce me.
She's not gonna watch this episode.
I truly think she would divorce me if I. Well, the problem is that he doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut.
Like every.
Yeah, he's just like, Mom, guess what we watched? And I'm like, God damn it.
I mean, it's a really good movie.
I know. Well, Nikki and I tried to watch it like over the summer, but she was like squeezing my hand and was like sweating from anxiety from that, because she saw it when she was probably like 4 and it like traumatized her as a child.
It's called exposure therapy.
Exactly. That's
she's got to just.
I tried.
She'll watch it and be like, "Oh wow."
We made it 20 minutes in and she couldn't watch it. None of the scary stuff even happened yet. She couldn't do it.
What about Jaws?
Ooh, Jaws would be a good one.
Jaws is great.
Yeah, I think
It's a fantastic.
It is a great movie.
So good. He needs to experience Roy Scheider. Basically, like, it's like if you were going to cast my dad in a movie, you'd have to cast Roy Scheider.
I mean, listen, we did watch The Meg.
How dare you?
I was waiting for that.
It's not even the same universe. That movie is. I mean, I like Jason Statham. That movie's dog shit compared to Jaws.
Most movies are dog shit compared to Jaws. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Has he seen? He's probably seen Jurassic.
Oh yeah, we've seen Jurassic.
Okay. You guys done the Spielberg? You know what? You want to show him a real scary movie?
I already know what you're gonna say. Say it.
Schindler's List.
I knew it.
That's a terrifying fucking movie.
No, I'm not showing him Schindler's List. It's not.
Be like, what? What is this? I thought you said scary. Oh, this is scary. This is really happening.
Yeah, this was real, buddy.
This is what. Yeah. This is real life.
Your grandma lived this, buddy. Your great grandma lived this, my friend.
Monsters here.
Yeah, real people. Real people. Ugh.
Oh, you know it's a really scary movie you can show him. If he starts mouthing off. Original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh God, movie.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I have seen that. I have seen that.
I tried to get Dr. Wife to watch that the other night. Well, there's the reason why Lisa Frankenstein happened. I just hadn't seen it in a while. It was such.
My daughter watches all those. She loves horror movies, so she'll watch those movies with me. So.
Yeah, I love all the monster stuff. This is my favorite time of year. It feels like it's the whole culture for the Halloween Monster Fest, like film fest, is kind of like it's kind of going by the wayside. It's like becoming, not as in vogue anymore.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which kind of bums me out. Makes me feel old.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, but it's okay. Speaking of monsters, I did get something really, really fucking cool.
I already know what it is. Let's show the Cubs, man. Show the Cubs.
The Cubs? I got, so, I'm a miniseries guy,
you are.
Right? But I'm trying to go for the old out-of-print stuff, the stuff you can't get anymore. So I got my hands on this 6-issue. Let's move this stupid microphone down so you guys can see.
Well, I still got to hear you, so.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
It's good? All right. So I got these.
Oh, that's so good.
Fantagraphics.
That's so good.
Right? Isn't that cool? So Fantagraphics did this like 6-issue miniseries, and it was an adaptation of the original King Kong script.
Oh, God, that's
and
cool.
And so like for the covers, they got like William Stout, Dave Stevens, Mark Schultz.
Is this 80s or 90s?
It was like 91.
Okay.
So.
And have you popped them open and
Oh yeah, I haven't read them, but I've like looked through all of them. It's interesting because like you'd think the art would be reflecting of the cover, right? These Williams
usually
covers.
Aren't.
No, it's very cartoony, but it works really well. It's really like high energy. But what's cool is they did the adaptation was directly from the original script, and the original script has a couple scenes that didn't get either got cut or didn't get filmed, and so the scenes were put in the comic.
Okay.
And so you get to see like the infamous, there's a famous scene down in like the insect pit essentially,
right.
And supposedly it got filmed, but there's no surviving footage of it. But yeah, so you can just see it, and like it cost me a little bit of money.
Yeah.
But I pulled the.
Is that magazine size too? I can't tell from the.
No, it's normal comic size. It's normal comic, but like, man, like, it's like it was right off the fucking newsstand, like the colors and stuff.
I mean, dude, it looks like it's in pristine condition. So.
Oh yeah, it's got to be near mint, but you know me, like I'm not gonna have these pressed or anything. I'm just gonna read them, and I don't know. Ever since you got me that Creature book, I've been like, okay, I'm doing it. I'm getting all these old comics that I've known about for years.
Yep.
I'm just gonna get them, read them, enjoy them. So I'm hunting monsters.
Okay.
I'm a big monster hunter right now, my man.
I love it.
Yeah. That's pretty much all I read. I did get. Well, I can probably talk about it, but I got this book called Canker.
Okay.
Let me grab it.
Yeah, please do. I'm really interested in what you got. I actually found. I was kind of digging through the miniseries section at Gabby's the other day. I almost pulled the trigger on the what was it? The Garth Ennis, Goran is it Pavlov? Parlov. Yeah, their Nick Fury run miniseries that they did.
Oh, dude, you gotta get that. My father and I read that series a couple years ago, both volumes. Oh, it's so
it's got the full, full complete floppies. So if it's still there, I might. And it was like it's like for $10, so I might go pick that up. So
you got to get it because that'd be what, like 12 issues or
something like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to get it, man. That would be. Oh yeah, you'll dig it. You'll dig it. Like, most of the time when they do those, especially newer ones, let's be honest, when they do like war stories, they're not really that great.
Yep.
But it's good. Okay. It's really good. But I got this weird ass book called Canker.
Oh yeah, I remember you sent me the link to that. It looked so cool.
Yeah, it's by Matthew Allison. It was recommended to me by an editor from Dark Horse. He's like, at Rose City. Okay. Yeah, and so he sent me a link after Rose City, and I bought it. I'm like, oh, we'll see. And what's crazy is, man, it's like hardbound. Nice. Like the quality is so nice. Like he can't be making any money off this book, like because it all went into the printing,
which I appreciate. I love that. Yeah.
Same. It's one of those where I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna do Narpig is gonna put out 8 books in the coming year, they're all gonna have to be hardbound. Yeah, that's just the law. That is the law from now on. So Cretaceous 2 hardbound, Taiga hardbound, perfect. Operation Blue, unless we get a wonderful benefactor, hardbound. Yes. But yeah, and then like the art, man, like I don't even know how to really describe the story, but it's like this perverse, weird, otherworldly take on like a superhero, but like it's just this.
Oh god, that's so cool.
Oh man, it's totally worth. You got to get it.
Yeah, I might need you to resend me the link to that because that looks worth picking up.
Yeah, and it's like 200 pages.
It's thick.
Or something like that.
Yeah, it's a thick boy.
Yeah, it's real thick. The artwork. There's one of my favorite images he did. He did. There's some great, like, I don't know if you can see that. Hey, you can see it there.
Like, that's so cool.
Image right there.
That is so cool.
Yeah, he's a great artist. He's a good storyteller. It's super weird, which I've been really into, like weird stuff lately. It's like the perfect Halloween book. Okay. If you're looking for something that it's a little odd and out there. I don't know. Wintertime, I always like reading kind of off the wall stuff. But yeah, so I'm reading that. I'm about halfway through it right now, and it's so bizarre. It's just, I'd be curious to talk to him and see like what his script was for sure. It. Except some of the pages feel like he was just going like with what felt natural, which you just don't see a lot.
Who did that? I don't know if you already said that already.
His name's Matthew Allison. Okay. So
perfect.
Maybe we should put a link.
I think we should do that. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, we got to support indie creators, right?
That's what we do. That is what we do.
All we've been doing is just like, oh yeah, DC.
We did. We really did spend some time talking about DC today. But hey, it was a big book.
So is there anything coming up? Anything big that's you know what? No, never mind. I lost it. I thought I had something.
Anything coming up?
Yeah.
So I actually, another piece of news that I forgot that's comic adjacent because it's the Invincible show.
What's going on?
Apparently it's coming out. The new season's coming out in February, beginning of February, and there will be no break in between. Like there won't be like a mid-season break, which is good. It didn't fucking need it. I hate it.
So does that mean we're going to get like just 3 episodes per season then? Or?
I think it'll be we're going to get the full 8 episodes without like a 3-month break for no reason. So.
Well, I imagine the reason for production.
Sure.
I just hope they got a little bit better budget
for the animation.
Yeah, because between season 1 and season 2,
there was a drop in animation quality for sure. Yeah, I mean the story was great, but yeah, I agree.
It's just hard to go with that last season of Invincible while watching X-Men 97. Yeah. Now, get it? It's Disney; they're going to have a way bigger budget.
I mean, but then Amazon, a bigger budget than, come on, Amazon is a pretty fucking big too.
That's true.
So
yeah, Amazon does they do have some. They've definitely opened those purse strings for some bullshit.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then you've also got Batman: The Caped Crusader, the Bruce Timm animated series that just came out too, to kind of compete with that as well. Which
how is that?
Oh, dude, it was fucking fantastic. Took place in the 40s.
Okay.
It was like Batman in his first year on the job, so it wasn't even Batman year one. So it was like he was brand new. It was fantastic. It was fantastic.
Did it have? Was Bruce Timm working?
Yeah.
Was he right here? Oh.
Yeah. And like the crazy thing is how big of a hit this show was. Warner Brothers passed on it, so they sold it to Amazon Prime. They didn't even make it. Like, isn't that insane? Like, what are you guys doing? You got to be kicking yourself for passing on that. Nobody knows, man.
Dude, nobody knows. You look at the stuff. If you look at the stuff that's coming out, I mean, like we saw the concept for, was it Batman Beyond?
Yeah, they passed on that.
I don't know how you say that.
Listen, it's still
even just a movie.
Yeah, yeah. Like there's your next big franchise right there. It's right there. It's crazy to me, man. But yeah, no, it was really good.
It's hard to say.
It was really good.
It makes you okay. All right, maybe I'll check it out. But that's good news with Invincible. I guess. Yeah, Invincible fans will be happy.
I mean, I'm happy. Like, I don't want to have to wait. I mean, we waited 3 years for season 2, and then they did a mid-season break. Like, fuck you.
Was it 3 years?
Something like that. It was like 2020, 2021, right around there, or 2 years at least. It was at least 2 years.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Which,
I mean, they even took digs.
Yeah, exactly. Which is crazy.
They did have that movie with what's her name?
Oh yeah, the Adam Eve movie, which was great. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, or I guess it was like an origin episode, like an
it was like an hour long episode. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was good, but still, like, come on, just get the show back going.
Yeah,
you're just now starting to get to the parts where like the real good stuff.
Yeah, you're finally getting into your groove. Like it ended with Omni-Man like escaping the prison ship with what's his fucking name, one-eyed guy played by Seth Rogen.
One-eyed Willie.
I'm not calling it that, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah, it's the Goonies.
Yeah,
man.
I know.
What were you referring to?
I don't know.
Jeez, what's wrong with
a lot of things? We don't have time to get into that. We'd probably need Dr. Wife to come on to tell me everything that's wrong with me. Then
we don't have a big enough budget.
Have a big enough budget. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Dr. Wife. This is the only time I'll mention it, but she's almost done with her novel.
Okay.
First book in her series.
That's exciting.
So
she's not going to kill you for saying it on the podcast, huh?
No, I'm allowed to talk about it because she's advertising it and stuff now online and everything.
Listen, we'll blur out her whole picture. We'll do the voice modulator, it'll be fantastic. We can just have her sound like this for the entire episode.
That'd be amazing. You know what though? I don't know if
I don't think she would do it. It would be fucking sweet though. Like,
that would be so cool. I'll see.
Yeah.
I'll see. We got to get it published first.
True.
So
true.
But they've already got a big publishing plan, and there's 3 books I believe in the first series, and then there's 2 spin-off books that should be doing.
Well, I'm going to need an autographed copy.
Yeah, we are doing physical printing.
Hell yeah.
Of all the books. So, like it's such a long process for all that. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes, but it's still kind of exciting. I think I'm more excited for her than she is.
She'll be excited once like you see it, once it's like in your hands, right? Like that makes a difference for sure.
Oh yeah. That's what I keep telling her. I was like, you'll see. But then as soon as it's out though, like a week into it, you're just like, oh, well now I have to get the next one out. Like that's where all the focus comes from. So
that's exciting though. That's really exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm more excited for her book than I am any of my stuff, which is, I never thought that would be Because normally, like, when you have something coming out, you're like,
yeah.
it. But yeah, and I might be doing some stuff for it too. Might be doing a few little illustrations for like chapter breaks or something. But it's definitely unique. It's definitely a genre that doesn't get a lot of attention from the right kind of writers.
Sure.
So
and what is? Can we say what the genre is on the show?
It is. It's like, I guess you could say urban fantasy. Okay. But hers is from like it's a Japanese, like, Korean folklore.
Oh, cool.
And well, she's Japanese Korean, so she has the right kind of insight into the how to do that kind of book. And so, and like a lot of people don't realize, like, she'd worked as like an editor and stuff like that for the last like 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Or so I think it was one of those where, like, you start working with enough creatives, then you start doing some creative stuff. And I've read a few excerpts from it. It's like, we're pretty hard on each other about that kind of stuff. Like today, she came in and was like, "Ooh, don't send that off to the client. That looks terrible." And I was like, "That's it. I fucking quit. I'm done." I just like walked away. Yeah. So, but I was really like surprised. I was surprised. Like it was one of those. I was kind of like, I can't believe you wrote this. Like, wow, this is really good. And I don't even like urban fantasy, but yeah, it's very, like, the pacing and stuff was really good.
That's great.
Which, like anything, that's always the hardest part, in my opinion. Like most storytellers, like, it's like if they do get pacing down the first time, it seems like they're always struggling to recapture. Like when you watch a director do their first movie, and you're like, wow, that was awesome, and then every movie they do after that is like not as good.
Sure.
And you're like, what happened? But I feel like, pacing, if you get that, which she nailed. So yeah, it's going to be cool. Well, next year it'll be coming out probably.
That's great. So. That's exciting stuff. And you heard it here first, folks, on Blue Tiger Revenge. So that's an exclusive.
Exclusive. And guess what? She's using a pen name, so you'll never know her real name.
I just wish her pen name would just be Dr. Wife.
Was it a soft pitch?
Was it shot down immediately?
I was like, okay, just Doc. Just Doc. Yeah. Just DOC. Doc. Just shot down. Just buckshot. I was the duck falling to my death in the pond.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's terrible.
No.
Terrible.
That's all right. Yeah. Well, what do you say I bring us home and we can get out of here? All right. Well, hey, thanks for watching or listening, or however you're digesting Blue Tiger Revenge. We appreciate you. If you want more of this, listen, if you want to like and subscribe to the channel or to our Substack, bluetigerrevenge.substack.com, either one of those is really awesome. Or check out our Instagram at Blue Tiger Revenge. That's really great too. We love doing the show. We love being able to do it for all of you. And, any love you want to send our way by doing that is... Or hate. We'll take the hate too. Definitely take the hate. Yeah. Hey, we're on video now. I'm expecting to get some hate, and oh God, I can't wait.
This guy's just shitting all over the Joker.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. But listen, I was doing it before it was cool. Now it's cool to shit on it. I was doing it back in 2019 when the first one came out. So
you're
that's right. That's right. And that really, that's really all I have, Tad. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, never do that again.
Yes. That means I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it even longer next time.
You know what? I actually do. Right now on Kickstarter, RAID, the Royal Academy of Illustration and Design, their studio is having a Kickstarter campaign for not one, but the next 2 volumes of the RAID anthology.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Ramon Perez, former guest.
That's right. He's the main man kind of running the show over there. And it has already surpassed its goal and then some. So the books will be printed and shipped to wherever you are. But I do have a story in volume 6. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you if it's good or bad. It's just, if you want to check it out, back it. But you'll be supporting a bunch of really very talented artists. So if you like anthologies, it's on Kickstarter.
Perfect. And that's it?
Yeah. That is it. That is it.
All right. Well, if that's it, what time is it?
Hit the music.